looked like your head got driven into the turf and a guy hit your leg on the way down. Obviously, you came in and played, but how are you feeling then and how are you feeling now?
Yeah, it gets a little hectic down in the red zone. But I feel like overall, got to do what the team needs me to do and make sure we get them extra yards. And it was a tough hit, but I'm good.
Right here on the left.
Dante, coach was mentioning that you sometimes tell him on the sideline like you're feeling really comfortable about what you guys are running. Just from your start last week to just now, just how comfortable are you feeling in this offense and just seeing where your game is going?
Yeah, my comfort level just comes from repetition at practice. Make sure that Coach Stein does a great job. Asking me throughout the week if I like a play, if I don't like a play, and he's a players coach, and as a quarterback, he loves them type of coaches. He makes sure that I'm comfortable out there, and I feel like overall the repetition that we get at practice, the way we just do so many plays and make sure that we get extra reps helps us be out, go out there on game day and execute.
Second row left, John.
What did you see on that deep shot to Malik there for the 40-yard touchdown? It looked like the cover two just opened up for that deep post, but what were you seeing out there?
Yeah, all week we knew that they were a two high team, and then when you rotate, in motions they go to one high, and kind of just picked the field the safety, and he was low. He's in the middle third, but Malik speed, he can run past everybody. So gave him a chance, and he's been doing that since he was at Alabama. He's been running that route for a long time, and that's a guy with the ball in his hands. He's gonna make a play, and he does a great job. So blessed to have him as a receiver.
Right next one, Pat.
A lot of creativity, a lot of multiple sets we haven't seen a lot lately from the Oregon offense. Just how fun is it to play right now?
So it's a blessing, man. Of course, it's just great to play in front of the best fans in the world, and they bring the juice every week. And it's kind of like hard days at practice, hard fall camp, summer workouts, winter workouts, just the times where you be praying that the season can come faster because it's just so hard, with the workouts. But it's just amazing when you look to your left, you see the brother, and you look to your right, and you see your brother that, help push through the workouts with you and make sure that when it comes to game time that you guys execute. So love seeing the points on the board, but I feel like the best thing is just seeing everybody smile on the field.
Right here in front, right. Zach.
You know the joy of scoring touchdowns on offense, but what's it like watching your defense score touchdowns and back-to-back pick sixes of that?
Yeah, that was crazy. I kind of told Jerry before the game, you owe me one, because he's for sure a ball hawk player on defense, and he does a great job, disguising different looks and making sure he gets the ball in his hands, and he did that today. P. Wood had the same situation of him, being down and catching that pick. So it just happened so fast, I didn't even know what was going on. It was a lot, but our defense does a great job disguising different things, and they know how to compete. And when the ball's in their hands, they're going to go score.
Over on the right, Jack.
On that touchdown to DeCorian, it seemed like pre-snap you kind of knew that was what was gonna happen, especially with the coverage. So what did you see pre-snap with the defense, and how did that inform your decision to throw it there?
Yeah, we've been running that play for a while now, man, and we've had different receivers running, and it's always been a great look, at practice. But when we come into the game plan, DeCorian is a great route runner, and pre-snap it was kind of internal pressure, and Noah did a great job picking him up, but felt like I needed to escape out. And the corner just had his eyes in the backfield, and Corey made sure that when he caught the ball, he had to make a play with the ball in his hands, and he scored. But overall, I feel like the receivers do a great job making sure that they get what they got. So.
Second row middle, Rick.
Dante, Noah had a career-long run today. A lot of fans don't get to know him like you do. How would you describe him as a competitor, as a teammate, and as a friend?
Yeah, his story is very interesting. The way he just pushes me at practice. I know this past week on Monday we, had practice, and it was kind of like, you come off for a great win, score a lot of points, and you can get satisfied. And you can make sure, and Noah made sure that when we were in our stretch lines, he was like, "I'm gonna push you to day 5," and it was like I kind of needed that. He's a vet. He's been here for a while. He's played with Bo. He's played with Dylan. He's played around some great quarterbacks, and he's just a competitor, man. And he just has a great story behind him. You guys can ask him the questions just to get to know him. But just overall, him just as a vet, I just love to have him in the backfield. And when I see him run and make them long runs, it's just glad to see him smile and make sure that he's putting on for his family. So it's a blessing.
Here on the left, second row, John.
So that the deep shot to DeCorian, it wasn't a design rollout. You were just looking to make a play there.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a great protection, but they did a great job disguising my cadence, and they did a good job, jumping the snap. So Noah did a good job, though. He told me that he's going to take one for me, so he did it. He picked him up, but I feel like I just needed to flush out, and it was like a little, scramble drill, but overall, it's a good play.
Left, James. Dan referenced the comments between him and Coach Gundy this week, saying back and forth, there's a little gasoline on the fire there. As a player, what, if any of that, did that mean to you, particularly when one of the comments was both complimentary of you and then referencing that it would cost them money to keep you here? Did any of that mean anything to you coming into this?
Yeah, you attack our head coach, it's like attacking, my dad, to be honest. It's like you're attacking a family member. And I feel like as a whole team, it's kind of, it hit close to home. And we knew that every week that, it's always going to be some trash talk happening. But for him to attack Phil, him to attack Coach Lannon, or attack our team, it was kind of personal. And this whole week, we just used that as fire to make sure that we push ourselves and score 69 points. And we did that. And it was a lot of fire under this game, but overall, I felt like we were cool, calm, and collective. But Coach Lannon said, like, we're going to keep the foot on their neck and make sure we score as many points and try to break the scoreboard.
Right, left. Same row, Matt.
When you have performances like today, last weekend, what's film review like? Trying to find areas of improvement.
Yeah, first thing is just protect myself. Took a lot of shots today that I shouldn't have. Protection things. Like I said last week, just working on fatigue. This past week I made sure that I did a great job. Pushing myself at practice, but also learning how to work while I'm tired. And like I said, these games can be a lot of scoring points, a lot of great stats. But like you said, there's always some little things. And when I watch film tonight and tomorrow, I'm gonna have some things to pick up on and attack the week.
Right, next one, John.
What was the feeling just getting to hit DeCorian on that deep one and be able to show off that more-to-more connection, how special that can be?
Yeah, more to more everybody loves, but I kind of love how he's just a young guy that, comes from Texas. He's a hard worker, very coachable. Just him being able to make the play with the ball in his hands, he does a great job. And I feel like overall, our whole receiver core, from top down, they all do a great job with the ball in their hands. And as a quarterback, giving them a chance and letting them do the work is kind of easy. But overall, I feel like our practice is just repetition is the biggest thing.